Buongiorno, io sono Numu, vengo dal Gambia, ho 17 anni, vivo in Italia, a Centro Asante. Um, what I've said in Italian, my name is Numu Ture from the Gambia, live in Italy, the center Asante Rus. I have a story that I want to share with everybody. This story, I had it from my grandmother, and the story contains message, and there is also a question at the end of the story that everybody should try and answer and give a reason for your answer. The story goes, there's a village where they have planted mangoes inside a cemetery. So these mangoes, the village came together to say, okay, we don't want anybody to pluck a mango from these trees until next month. So the whole village agreed on this rule, and they said that is not enough. We have to get a watchman for this cemetery to watch on the mangoes. So this have been going on. The watchman always go there to watch, has been doing his job very good. So one day, he came to the garden, the graveyard, and he realized that he forgot something at home when it was night. Then he decided to go back and quickly rush home and get this thing and come back to his duty post. He went. There are two boys that are waiting. When he left, those boys jumped into the cemetery to plug some mangoes. So they plug mangoes as many as they can. They went and sat down at a place to share these mangoes between two of them. But on their way going to share the mangoes in another part of the garden or this cemetery, they passed through the gate of the cemetery, and two mangoes dropped at the gate. Listeners, concentrate on two mangoes dropped at the gate. Okay, so they went to distribute these mangoes among them, and their distribution mode was they give one to this and one to this. And they keep on saying, one for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. This is how they have been distributing these mangoes. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. So they keep on distributing these mangoes that they plucked, and the watchman suddenly came. He heard a noise in the graveyard. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. He thinks twice and say, how is this possible? I left nobody in here, and now I'm hearing some people speaking inside, one for you, one for me. What could this be? So he thinks, and what comes to his mind was, yes, it is a graveyard and there are dead people buried there. So maybe angels are distributing the dead people. So this was his thought. He believed that there are angels in the grave distributing the dead people among them. So he concluded by saying, I have to go home and inform the village leader, or the head of the village, and the head of the religious leader, because they are the most two important people in the village. So He ran home very fast and was so much afraid because he thought angels are distributing. And if angels finish distributing the dead people, they are coming for the alive people. So he went to the head of the village first and say, please, you need to get up. There is a big problem in the village. The man said, how can you come into my house this time of the night and wake me? There is a problem. Tell me the problem. The watchman said, there are angels in the cemetery and they are distributing the dead people. And if they finish the dead people, surely they are coming for us. The head of the village said, that is not possible. How can angels don't react this way. Said, this is the truth. I have seen it. I heard it. So there is no dispute. Let's try and find a solution before you talk. And he said, okay, I cannot do anything. Let us go and see the religious leader and see what will be his comment. They went, they knocked his door and asked him, please come out. There is a problem in the village. And he came out. And they said, yes, the angels are at the cemetery and they are distributing the dead people. And we believe if they finish the dead people, they are coming for us. So tell us, what can we do? The religious leader said, you people don't know what you are saying. Angels don't react this way. Angels cannot come and distribute dead people. The watchman said, I respect you so much. I don't want to say anything foul, but believe me, there are angels in the cemetery and they are distributing the dead people. The religious leader said, but it's strange. Then let's go and see. So they went to go and see what is going on in the graveyard where there are mangoes. When they went until they approached the garden, the watchman said, you see, me, I know what I'm saying, so I cannot reach. Two of you have to go. Me, I cannot go. Said, okay, we will go and see whether what you are saying is the truth or not. So they went. They stood at the gate to listen what's going on inside. And the head of the village and the religious leader also heard the same noise in the cemetery saying, one for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. They are looking at each other and saying, it seems to be true. So when they are listening, these two boys also finished distributing the mangoes that they have. You remember there were two mangoes at the gate? Great. So the boys said, okay, we finished this. And the two at the gate. So they said, and the two at the gate. So the head of the village and the religious leader thought that they are talking about two of them at the gate. And they said, this is true. They finished the dead people, they are coming for us. So they decided to run away and go to the village. When they reach the village, they call everybody and say, please come out. There is a big problem in the village. The watchman is right. The angels distributed the dead people, they finished, and they are coming for us. We were at the gate and they said, they are coming for two of us, and we ran away. They could not get us. So everybody, pack your clothes, pack whatever you want to pack. Let's leave this village. The village is not safe. So everybody gets in, called the family, and everybody left the village. The village was abandoned like that. Now, this is the end of the story. But there is a question which says, among these three parties, the head of the village, and the head of the religious leader, the watchman, and the thieves, who are the cause of the abandon of this village. If it is the watchman, why do you say it's the watchman? If it is the two boys, why do you say it's the two boys? And if it is the head of the village and the religious leader, why do you say it's the head of the village and the religious leader? This is the end of the story. If I am to answer this story, I would like to listen to everybody's comments. But the reason for this story is for the leaders to tell you that I know many people will say, okay, it's the watchman because he's not doing his job. It's right. It's the boys because they don't respect the rules. It's right. But the aim of this story is for the leaders, and this story, the leaders has to blame, that is the head of the village and the religious leader. Because if you are ruling or you are in front, put it in your mind that you will have thieves, you will have armed robbers, you will have liars, you will have every kind of human being. So it depends to you how to treat all these kind of people. So the religious leader and the head of the village should not just jump and give such a announcement that everybody should leave when they don't make any thorough investigation. Thank you very much.